We get to know how we can read that range, how we can write that range. So two things are done. So and we get to know how we can get all the sheets as well. So now the next step is let me go back to this file, Excel file. So I'm removing all these sheets. So I don't want these sheets. So let me remove. Okay, this let it be, and I remove this sheet as well. So now the next step, what I want to know. So I have some data here. So 1 to 10 digits. And similar way, let me change to some other data. Let me do this. And so just I'm giving some data and between. On this also I will take similar way. Okay. So now I have the two sheets. So in the sheet one, customer engagement data, and another one is a customer engagement two. I will let me keep it as one and two. So just for our easy purpose. Okay, now this is done. So now what I want to know. So I want to create one more sheet with the name of final customer data or final data, and this should be the combination of these two data. So let me update it manually. So I pasted here, and here I want only these data. Okay. So this is the one thing I need. So customer will ask, so I have two sheets, club that, enter the data and keep it into the one new sheet or maybe new Excel workbook. So as of now, we'll go with the new sheet. Okay, this is the thing how we can do with the UiPath. So let me remove this sheet as well, and I'm saving this data. And let me go back to the UiPath Studio. Okay, as usual, we know the how to read that range, how to write that range, on how we can loop that each and everything. Okay, now first step. So I will go with this normal activities, which is a classic activities. So first, I'm taking this Excel application scope and the path. So this is the my path. So let me copy as this path. Okay, done. So later, I want to what I need to get it in my brain. So we need to read that sheets. So for that, we need to get workbook sheets. Okay, and go and update the variables. So already I created some variables. Let me check. So get sheets. Okay, I updated the same variable here. So get sheets. This is done. So later we need to loop each and every sheets. So for that I'm taking for each activity. For each activity. And I will update here the same thing, get sheets. Okay, now I need to take the next activity is read range. So let me take read range. I'm updating this one. So now workbook activities we are not using. So this is completely different thing. So that's why we are not using this. If you have only one sheet, so that time we can use. So right now we do have multiple sheets. So it's difficult to add that activities. So here what I want to, I will just remove this and current item dot to string. Okay. And go to this properties and updates variable CSV data table. So if I can change the data table, it's fine, not in a problem. So now read range has been done. So next, how we can append both the datas there. So for that, we need to take one activity which we call merge. So when I go to here tables, sorry, data table or tables. So we can see here. So we have add column, add row, build. So all details are there. So right now, what we want, so we wanted to merge two data tables. So now I need to find so merge data tables. Okay, I created here. Okay, now what I will do, so here I have the two things. One is the source. So what is my source? This is my source. Okay, CSV data table source. CSV data table source. Okay, and I want to update the destination. So destination, whatever the data is available in the CSV data table, I want to store in some other data table. So for that, I will make it one variable and I will name it as final data table. Okay, this is done. So let me change this final data table variable, scope of variable. So every time make sure that the scope of variable should be the main. So this is a best practice which I am practicing. If you have some good best practice, you can follow that. It depends upon you. So now this is done. Okay. So whatever the data is available in the final data, it will just update there and it will do. And next, write range. So write range. So everything I will take out of this for each activity. So let me put it here. Okay. Now, so my sheet name is I said no. So final data. So you can final customer data. You can put anything is fine. And I want to update the data now. Final data table. Okay, this is done. So now we'll try to run. So it will work or it will throw error, and we need to check. Okay. So I'm just running. So what are the steps? As of I know, I just updated. So now we need to see if it is got any errors or it might be something it happened. We need to check. Okay, I'm doing all videos like a beginners. Okay, so I want to check this. So I get data or not. So data done. Okay, it showed the error. So when I go and check here, final data table. So it's showing as the null. But we declared the variable, but we not created the data table. So that's why it's got error. So for that, what we need to do, we have the two methods. So I will show the two methods. So, but it will work only for the one method. So the first method, I mean, two methods to work, but sometimes it will work only one method. So first method, build table. Okay, just drag and drop build data table and go to here and open our Excel file. So whatever the tables are there in the headers, so you can just create as it is key. So let me update this is a key and just check what type of variable is key here as per this one. So it's an integer, no? So all are having integers. So I will go and update all these things to integer. Okay, and I don't want any data here. So next column. So what is my next column here having ID? ID. And this is also integer. That's fine. And if you want to add more, just click on this plus icon, it will come. And the, what is my last? So let me copy. This is for age. And this also for the integer. So I have created all the things are done. It looks good. Key ID age. Key ID age. So how my let me put together. Okay. So how I have the Excel file data now, similar way I created the one new dummy data table. So in this build data table, I don't want any data. So just leave it and click on that OK. After this, go to this properties. So whatever we declare final variable now, just update here, final data table. That's it. Okay, close this file and I'm running. So let me run it. So now we can see whether I'm getting the errors or it might be the work. So if you check here, previous it has the final data table as null. So that's why it's throw the error as some object is not declared. So object here nothing but for the purpose is data table. So the data table is not there. How I can push the data to data table? So if there is no data table. So now we created. So as it is how we have this CS data table. Similarly we created, but in this data table there is no data. Just it's empty data table. Now I'm moving. So it will go inside and it's loop it. So it's got read and it update. So it's saying one more error. So because the properties of this are mismatched. Okay, let me go here. So when I check here, all are having the integers. But when I come here, it's throws some errors. So in data table, let me go to data table. Okay, one moment. Okay, let me stop. It's not moving backside. So let me go to main. So when I go and check here, I have declared properly, but still it's throwing that error. So when I go and check, both are having a similar. So all are integers values only, but still having the some issues. So to avoid this type of issues, what we need to do now, just disable this one and take one activity which we call assign. Okay, assign activity and make it a variable as final. And what we need to know here, just go this new data table. Okay, so I created this data table. So and I have not declared anything. I have not declared the object. I don't know what type of the data tables are available in inside of properties. So I just declared the data table. That's it. I'm not doing anything. So I'm running this. Okay. So now I'm checking this data. So when I come and check, it's a completely empty data table. So it's not null. It's empty data table. So null is something is different and empty data table is something different. So now I'm running this part. Okay, let it open the particular files. and it's went to the file each. It's updated the data. So there is no issues. Now when I check final data table. So just now we check it's having the dummy data. I mean, there is no data. Now it's got updated some data. Okay. Now it's again looping. So now I will check. So it will update some more data. You can see this, all the data has been updated, whatever the requirements. So now it's came out of the for each activity, and now it's finally go to this final table. So when I check, there is no data table available here. Once I step into, so it's created the final data table, and headers is missing because I not select the headers. So once this is done, automatically it will save this Excel file. So I'm not used any save Excel file. I not used anything. By default, it have the feature is available. It will while existing. I mean, while exist of this particular Excel application scope, it will save that particular Excel file and it will close. So now let me step over. So this activity already done. So now I'm going back to the Excel file. When I open, you can see this all the data has been updated. So check it. So customer engagement one, engagement two. Okay, all the data has been updated properly. There is no issues. Okay, this is the way how we can do in the classic one. So similarly, how we can do in this modern one, we'll see. So let me disable the. I will take the same thing. Let me expand. So whatever the final table is common for both the things. And now here I need to use. So what I need to use, let me check this. Already I have this for each there, then I will use the same thing. Okay, so already it's having the for each now. So I will use this one. Let me disable this and I will put top on side. Okay, what I did, so I use this Excel application scope and I put the for each Excel sheet. So it's having the current sheet, excellent. So everything is done as it is. So here also we can just drag and drop the merge table activity. Merge table. Okay. And update CSV data table and downside final. Okay. So this is also done everything. So after this out of this for each, so just take right range activity. Okay, here right range activity it's not come now. So it's having some different name. Write data to Excel. So let me put it here. Okay, just select one dummy Excel sheet and inside of this go to this double quotes and change what data you want. So I will put this new customer data. Or else you can put final customer data, whatever it may be. And my destination where I want to update, this should be reverse. So this is my destination. What you want right here. Here it says the CSV data table. And now this is done. So let me go back to one more time Excel file. Just I will show you one thing. So the sheet is not available here now. So when I run, it will came as a four sheets. So I'm running by all at once. Let me disable this activity as well. So I'm running with running mode. So now I get to know so how it is works. Everything is so that's why I'm going with the normal run. So it will take a couple of seconds to complete this task. So execution has been completed. I'm going to the Excel file. And you can see this customer data. Okay, 11, 12, only this data done. Okay, yeah, having some issue. So we need to find out. So what was the issue here? Which data I read? Okay, let me go with the step into mode. So it's not updated the data as my requirement. Maybe having some small issues, so that's why. So it's came here. Okay, now let me remove the final sheet not required now. So I'm removing that final sheet. New customer data is not required now. Let me save and rerun the spot. Okay, it's opened and it's went for each. So current sheet. So if you want, you can check this here. Current current sheet. So customer engagement one, which is fine. Okay, CSV data table, it's 10, and I want to click final data table. Okay, it's updated properly. Okay. What I did now, I did one small mistake. So let me show you what I did. So here I updated the CSV table, but I don't want a CSV table, so I need final data table. So that is the issue. So now I'm running this bot again. So how we can identify these things? So when you go with the debug mode, then you will get these things. So once you practice well and good, you will get easily. And this is my data, new customer data. So it's got updated. So this is the way how we can merge this enter the data. Okay, similar way, the same thing, whatever the data is updated in this sheet, instead of this sheet, so if you want update some other sheet, so you want to create new sheet. Okay, now what I will do now, so I will go to here, write data table. This is done now. So I just disable this activity completely. I will go and I will use now this activity. Where is this workbook activity? Let me take right range workbook activity. So it will work. It's not a problem. So if you need to just view the path, that's it. So let me open and I updated new and sheet name is final and I want to update final data table. Okay. Now when I run this, it will run as it is. Only one step, one thing I changed. Okay. Let me go to here and you can see this new and we have this data is updated. Okay. Why it's got 40 means when I go its customer engagement sheet, just observe that. So I have three sheets. So total it's having the columns is 10 and this is the 20 and this is the 10. 10 plus 10, 20 plus 20, 40. So that's why we can see this here as a 40 the rows of the data table. So every time I'm forgetting that add headers, so make sure that you don't forget the things. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, make sure hit that like button, share with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn off notifications so you never miss an upload.